It's on.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to take it all the way down and probably try to lighten it. Good evening, Facebook, Instagram family. There you go. Wasn't on. Again, good evening. Thank you guys for joining us for another episode of Back to the World. My brother and my sister's keeper. I'm Tony.
I'm John.
And thank you guys for coming on board this evening. Any music or anything that you may hear in the background, we don't own the rights to. If you have any comments, questions, anything that you care to share, hit us in the boxes down below. Again, we want to thank you for joining us tonight. Bear with me a little bit, man. I'm having sinus problems here, but we still wanted to kind of come and get this done. So, thank you for being here.
And I wanna second that because just looking at other other podcasts, all of them started out. Well, some of them started out. Well, the majority of them started out, just like us. But as they built their contents and as they built their audience base, then they was able to expand. So we're in that process as well. So we've always want to ask that, you be, just be patient with us and don't be judgmental to see how we would begin to operate things, even from our podcast base, because our intent is to make an impact, not to, start off as if we're flawless or as if we're perfect. We're aiming toward perfection. So, this is our beginning, although it's been, a couple, it's been longer than 6 months. However, we're constant and, with consistency comes strength and it comes growth. So, we're still expanding and growing. It's just the fact that, like we reached out to, someone to aid and assist us because, it takes a team to make a championship team. So, that's what we're doing.
Tonight, there's many things that I wanted to talk about tonight, but, in the midst of a day and life, it all starts running together. But, our podcast, our purpose for starting this podcast was to enlighten our viewers, right? It wasn't about making money or anything like that. But in the process, if you make money and you're helping others, and you're happy about it, then it becomes a trifecta, And I just look at a lot of podcasts. I look at a lot of posts. I look at the numbers that a lot of people are having. And it's crazy, right? I see people on here doing a bunch of silly stuff. I saw a guy just dance. He doesn't say anything. He just dance. He dances and the music's on. And he has 10,000, 15,000 viewers every day. And then, I've watched young ladies and older women. They sit in front of the screen the way we're doing right now, and they thank everyone for coming on. And everybody, as the names and everything scrolls upward, they'd say, thank you for the flowers. What's happening, Joe? What's happening, Larry? What's happening, Jimmy? And then they may comment that young lady on her beauty or whatever it may be. And then that's it. And then they come back for the next day. You have folk that tells you the best way to sneak into nightclubs, or when you go to a club, how to have club etiquette, meaning that if you're going into the VIP section and you're invited by some guys, right? This is to the young ladies, but then the guy will say, "Hey, look, don't you invite any outside guys, into the VIP section because that section was paid for by the guys who invited you." I understand all of that, but I don't want to sound cynical, but then I ask myself, in the times that we're living in right now, why should something like that matter? And it boggles my mind that I can't speak for everyone. We have a wholesome podcast where we're giving informative information. We're giving information that could definitely be used, and it could be used to enhance your life and enhance your knowledge and your understanding about life. And on the flip side, if you're not careful, you can earn a substantial living as well. So I don't want to sound bitter, and I hope you don't take it that way. And I don't want to sound like a hater. Definitely don't want to do that. But I'm saying, if you're serious, and these are serious times, this is an election year, you don't know what's hanging in the balance for us as a people. And we just want you to take the time out to just hear us. Listen.
That's right.
Just listen. And then you make a determination or what have you. Or you look into it to see if what we're saying and what we're doing has any credence. And that's all we ask.
I'm gonna second that, right? Because when we go back to let's travel back for those of us who have, been through high school. And certain serious classes, the majority of people didn't want to enroll in, such as math, science, and physics. So, nah, man, I ain't taking that. Although that's something you'll use your entire life. Right? We'll use our entire life. But we was going to the gym. So it'd be, breathing room only, or standing room only. I mean, it'd be more participants in that gym class than there would be in that math class, that science class, or that biology class. So our Billionaires Roundtable Conference podcast is the math class. It's the science class. It's the biology class. It's the physics class. With a little education. See? But we magnify math instead of magnifying entertainment. See? Now, because when the entertainment run out, math is still needed. So this is what we want, a round table or a circle of people to explicate this to, meaning to make very clear to where baby can understand it. Now, you don't need us, quote unquote, no more. You need what you learn to go out and magnify. So we said last week, let's magnify Sonetquity. Not the people. Let's magnify the system. Let's magnify the botanical art, the botanical art. Let's magnify these things, or the idea of these things. Now when it manifests, now it's in the hand. See? So we take mathematics, and my partner and I, we explain it mathematically, right? Because we know we're in the infancy of building something that's bigger than he and I. We in its infancy. So I was reading today, right? And knowing how, or the mindset of our people when it comes to business. many of our people don't have a business mindset as far as building, because the educational system didn't put that mindset into people. See? Now, my partner and I both to tell you, we're not anti-knowledge. This is what our platform is about. It's about knowledge. It's not about where you graduated from, how many degrees you have. It's not about none of that. It's about making a hard landing soft to where we can rise up and change our condition. That's what the whole platform is about. How we can unify or link together to pull each other up out of the grave condition that we find ourselves in. And it's difficult. But if it was some type of, and I'm not anti-entertainment, that's not what I'm saying. But it's an old adage that made sense to me when I first heard it. It said, you entertain animals, but you educate people. See? So now I was like, damn. See? That's subtly deep because it makes you think, right? So, and there was a brother speaking. He was speaking mathematics. And he was talking about if black people were to pool their resources. I'm using a language that he didn't use, but he said this. If we was to pool our resources, everybody give $1 or $5. Just donate it and put it all in a one bank or one pool with 47 million black people and 52 million brown people and the number of white people, those that's struggling as well. If we were to pool our resources, put it into one pond or one pool, and now we can look and see what we have to work with. Now we go out and make investments or put money to work. That's what our Billionaires Roundtable Conference podcast is about. It's saying how before you can do anything regarding money, you have to have money. Or you have to have an idea, and the money goes into the idea. But it has to be able to facilitate or concretize the idea to make it come to fruition to where everybody can benefit from it, those that actively participate in it. So here we are. We introduced Sonetquity. First it was back to the world, my brothers and my sister keeper. First thing. What it is was welcome. It was a welcome mat back to society. It's not only for those who were incarcerated, but maybe you was rehabbing, maybe was having some type of difficulty, because it all goes through the same channel or funnel. So we put in a position to relay and supply the necessities that's needed in coming back. Food, clothing, shelter. Okay. Now, while we were simultaneously building a platform to take the principles of wealth and bring them to corporate reality, or bring them to reality as well. Meaning now we got money in the hand by pooling our resources, see? And we went out fishing in layman terms. Attracting like minds, see? But then they was like, damn, then they began to false label it or mislabel it by calling it, a Ponzi. A Ponzi scheme or a pyramid scheme. But what they were saying or trying to say is that it was a scam. Ponzi scheme, pyramid scheme, these are two different things. Two different things. So my partner and I began to educate the people on the difference. Those who get it will help us, help them, help us to help all. So that's still our premises. Now, we have a retail bookstore. I was just telling this to somebody yesterday. We actually have an online retail bookstore. The book industry is a $750 million industry. $750 million. Do we want $750 million? Yes. But in reality, give us a portion. So we can give the people what they're already getting. Barnes and Nobles, all these other stores, those type of bookstores are failing. They're going down. Online retail bookstores are increasing. We have one, bookshop.org. So patronize us. We give back. Thank you.
You know, I guess it's my sinuses that's bugging me, man. But you know, I'm not gonna bullshit you. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'd rather not be here tonight. And you know, it's just one of those nights. It's one of those days. Whereas I don't necessarily have the energy or the desire. As I said, we wanted to be here and we wanted to share with you the information that we have and and the things that we offer. You know, from real estate to credit to books and book clubs, to our wealth building program, to our affordable housing, and to Batana Oil, where it comes all the way back to where we're offering and providing a means for our members to be able to earn a substantial income. Because, I mean, you know, let's keep it real. You know, many of us need to earn extra income. Things are rough. The economy is crazy, it's twisted, the whole bit. From getting your credit fixed. Sorry about that, one of the cameras are going off here. From getting your credit fixed to having a 5-star or a 4-star athlete, young man in high school or young lady, whichever it may be. We have an advanced program to whereas they can get an advance on their ratings, 4-star, 5-star. We have an outlet that repairs credit, help you fix your credit, to help you earn money, to invest. We have a network marketing program for our book club, for our publishing company. And all you'd have to do is sign up affiliate members. Anyone that you know that's having hard times or difficult times financially. And we all know someone. We all know at least 5. Okay? And now we've come up with this remarkable and amazing product by the name of Batana Oil. I mean, I know you see it on social media. It looks like it's the craze right now, and it's what's happening. It's been around and it's been going on for ages. It's been going on for ages. You know, it's good for the growth of your hair, the strengthening of your hair, the sheening and the grooming of your hair. It's good for your skin. It's good for psoriasis. It's good for eczema. You know, and
Stretch marks.
Yeah. Surgery. Stretch marks, as my partner said. Scars with scar tissue and things of that nature. Well, we've created something wonderful and fascinating with that product, where we provided a way to where you can start your own affiliate business with this. See, everything that we have to offer, you can achieve from it financially. And that seems to be what it's all about. You know, we're not on here, man, flashing a bunch of fancy, shiny jewelry. We're not showing you a bunch of exotic cars. You know, hey, you see this board behind us every time we come on. We're not walking down some staircase, man, in some luxurious mansion or what have you. We're in the struggle with you guys. You see? And the thing is, I'd like to think that we can't do it without you. And you can't do it without us. And there are many of you right now trying to think of something. You are trying to think of something that you can delve into that can earn you extra finance, extra monies per month. But you're having a hard time thinking about it. Many other things are taken. And a lot of these things aren't paying off. And a lot of these things cost you a lot to get into. What we have, all you have to do is come on board and be a part. And we'll show you the rest. We've done most of the heavy lifting. We've done all of the heavy thinking. All you have to do is plug in. That's all you have to do. And see, many of you can understand this. If you go to a tailgate party, right? At the tailgate party, man, they're cooking all sorts of meats, vegetables, things of that nature, right? One person is going to probably do the cook. One person is going to probably be in charge, but 9 times out of 10, others are going to pitch in, right? So look what happens. You got the person now. You know, they're going to prepare all the meat. Well, first of all, they're going to gather funds from everyone that's going to participate. And with those funds, they're going to get the meat. They're going to get all the other sides that goes along with it. They're going to get alcohol. They're going to get beer. They're going to get refreshments. They're going to get desserts. They're going to provide the transportation for the product. I mean, for the party and everything to the tailgate. They're going to get the lawn chairs. Someone is going to be responsible for that. They're going to have the music. Okay? See, one person could not have done all of those things. It wouldn't have been no fun. And for many of you, I know many of you aren't selfish, man. You got some selfish people that say, hey, look, let one person do all of that. I'm just going to come and eat, sit in their lawn chairs, listen to their music, drink their libation, and have a good time. Well, truly, that person's a piece of shit, but we know that they're like that. But what makes it more fun, what makes it more exhilarating is the fact that everybody pitched in. Everybody pitched in and they made a hell of a time out of it. So see, this is what happens when you join in. With everything that we have to offer, all you have to do is join in. The more, the merrier. And keep in mind, you may have only put in a few dollars, but you got a large plate full of everything. You got the drinks, the whole bit. But when you spread it out that way, what you contributed made all of this possible. So as my partner was saying, and you know, I look at it like this, right? If 47 million people donated $5, you'll have somewhere around $160 million. If I'm not mistaken, it is. Yeah. You have somewhere around $170 million.
That's like 200.
Is it?
Yes, sir. 40 and 5. That's
okay. What am I counting? What am I looking at? That's 4 times, right? That's 5 times. I left out I left out. That's like 210,
That's right.
something of that nature. I left out $40 million. See that? That's a lot of money pushed to the side. But you see, here's the thing about that though. While I don't totally disagree with that, I think that you contribute $5 and you place it in a pot, and now you have $200 million. All right. How are you going to service the population of black people? You can start some things, but this is an example that I gave because see, you contribute $5. It's poultry. You give that $5 and you won't even think about it. But see, let's target a number that is real. And that number that is real is $1.6 trillion. We talk about it all the time. We spend $1.6 trillion a year back into the economy. That's not in our household a whole bit. That's not taking care of your expenses or whatever. We're talking about money that we spend frivolously that goes back into this country's economy. If we were a country with 47 million people, we will have the 10th largest economy in the world. So if you take that $1.6 trillion, and I always tell you this, man, and it makes me sick to have to keep repeating it, but then if you take that $1.6 trillion and you invest it in a fund, you can invest it in either Vanguard, Fidelity, or Ariel Investments. These companies haven't lost money since their inception. The youngest one is Ariel. It's a black investment company out of Chicago. They haven't lost money since they started in the 80s, and they haven't lost money, period. And you're getting an average return of 10%. So if you can sacrifice that for 1 year, and see, some people can't see that. They're waiting for us to knock it out the park for them. But if you sacrifice that for 1 year, you will have $106 billion to put back into our community. Okay? Now see that 200 million that that initial investment of $5? Let me show you what happens now. You got $106 billion. That's roughly $2.2 billion per state. Right? So roughly that's $2 billion to go into revitalizing all of our disenfranchised communities throughout the United States. Right? And see, Omaha, you got Nebraska, you have Iowa, you have Montana. You don't have but you don't have hardly any black communities there. So many of those places don't have a large black population, and I can't say that you wouldn't give them anything, but you wouldn't have to give them much. Okay? So now that money goes back. That money will go back into the pot to be divided amongst the other 50 states. And see, $2 billion can service the entire state. Here's why. Whatever you use the $2 billion for this year, you still got your principal in place for next year. So what you didn't fix with that first $2 billion, you're getting another $2 billion the following year. So now you can use that $2 billion in those cities and states to build commerce in the disenfranchised area. Contribute to your own school, if you will, $2 billion, that can help a lot of people get affordable housing. Because now they're going to pay you that money back, because now you have that $2 billion to loan them to purchase the homes in their community. People who've never been homeowners. Any of these things. Now you can, and as I said, the education, the community, the parks, the homes, different programs for these four-star athletes, the whole bit. Jobs, businesses, mechanic shop, electronic stores, supermarkets. You know, we're talking whole food. We're talking just like regular food. Okay, gas stations even in areas where there aren't any. This is what $2 billion to each of these cities can do. Each of these states, rather. And you know what? It's just as easy to do that as it is to do any gathering. It's just as easy to do that as it was easy to put all that money together to go to a tailgate party. Same effort.
Yes, sir. See, so, you know, like we initially stated, we talk math and we talk, because we have to know, our words have to be uplifting, yet we have to be factual. This is not opinion based, this is mathematical based, right? And so, as you heard my partner say, now, we know the possibilities of 47 million people uniting for one cause, in particular black people, uniting for one cause is, it's possible, but we got to wake up the mind first. So let's say we take 1% of that 47 million people. What would that give us? 470,000 people? 470,000 people. We bring them, unite under our Sonetquity banner. 470,000 people. That would initiate that change, because everything starts with one. We'll initiate that change. Like the principle is pooling our resources. Now we're taking the profits, because everybody will profit now, right? And it become like they have a company called Kickstarter. See, we'll be able to kickstart because now we have the working capital. Like my partner said, now we go and we rebuild communities. Now the money is working now, because now we already have something to invest in. See? Invest in the communities. Initially invest in Sonetquity. Now what's being received from that investment, share that investment. Now we're creating a circle. This is what the wealthy do. This is why when you see foreigners come from other countries, in particular Asian people, they have communities. And you know you're in a community when you're driving through. You know you're in an Asian community just by driving through it. Because everything in the majority of things, in that community reflects them. See? So they utilizing the universal principles of giving back to the communities. See, they put this in their youth head. The Jews do too. They put it in their children's head while they're a child. You are obligated to give back to your community. That's how you make it stronger. And we know all the mathematics, and when it gets to the least or the best, they say $1 in the black community circulates for 6 minutes. 6 minutes. So that's an insult to our intelligence. Literally. So when you go, and so that's what make black communities so deplorable because nothing is being reciprocated. It's being extracted, meaning taken away, taken out. So here we are, my partner, we sound strange. It's like, man, ain't nobody gonna do that. Yes, they doing it every day. So we were told years ago, pool your resources, build your communities. None of Elijah Muhammad told us that. Build your communities. That's using intelligence. Help build a community. But in the black communities that's so deplorable, we helping others build their communities because what? They plant businesses in black communities. And we patronize them. So we don't promote ourselves as black owned. No, we promote ourselves as solution orientated. See, the solution is not black. The principle is to be incorporated by all. To remove a condition that's begging to be removed. If it wasn't, we wouldn't be seeing gas stations being built everywhere. See? And when you go to the register to pay for that service or that product that you just received, they don't look like us. They're not like us. So they exercising and utilizing that principle that we're employing ourselves to do. Let's exercise it. Let's allow unity to facilitate itself. Let's give it a chance. It works. Ask the Kansas City Chiefs. They know unity works. Every game, every home, I'm still using that principle of unity. Every home game for the Kansas City Chiefs is a sellout. And they expect it to win. Why? Because they believe in themselves. They believe in that organization. I mean, that one organ. They believe in that. Let's make Sonetquity the same. We got some Botana oil coming. Look up the health benefits. Look it up. Don't take our words for it. Do your own research. Research qualifies one. It qualifies you. It's like history. If you don't research it, you don't know if it's history or not. But when you research it, now it qualifies you to speak on it. We don't just get up here blowing the bubbles talking about money. We talking about the process too. So we keep it all linked together. It's a process to it. Let's become part of that process. You know, and that's it because we're purpose driven. Purpose driven. So if you want to know the difference in a Ponzi, study what a Ponzi is. Then you'll know what not to do. Study what a structure or a pyramid is. Understand the word scam and scheme. Don't use a word that you really don't understand and try to negate something that's positive. Don't do that. Okay? So let's be positive builders because now it's our time. It's the time to do it. If it wasn't, we wouldn't be talking about it. So, hey, come on now. That's it, man.
Brother, you can go. You can close, man.
Before we do close, I wanna give a honest acknowledgement to the city of New Orleans, right? In regards to Frankie Beverly. Whoever initiated that and formed that team to produce that beautiful display of love for that brother, Sonetquity, we commend you. We commend you. That was a beautiful, uniform participation and expression of love for a brother that displayed so much love for the city of New Orleans, and they gave it back to him. We at Sonetquity, we applaud you for that. Keep it up. Hey, DM us, because that display there has to be, should be, it should be emulated. Beautiful display. See, that's the results of unity right there in a form that the physical body can see. That's a unity, a uniform display of love. It's just like it galvanizes. See, that's what love does. It galvanizes you, and it energizes you, and it penetrates you, and it makes you want to share it. And New Orleans did that in regards to Frankie Beverly. Again, we're Sonetquity. We commend you. Thank you for listening. You know, visit, hey, go to our YouTube station. Go to our stations. Give us some likes. Help us build. We're not building for us. We're building for us. Help us. You know, you see grand openings to these particular places that you want to go. You go and patronize the business, right? We're the same. Okay? Help us. Help us. Okay? I'm going to tune in the morning for my partner. For Back to the World, my brothers and my sister keeper. Again, we have some Botana art coming. We have many things coming. My partner, he displayed it to you. We have products and services. We have affiliate programs. We have many things to share. Right? So we didn't take the easy road. We're taking the difficult road. That means it will last longer. Okay? Again, we thank you for tuning in to our Billionaires Roundtable Conference podcast. You know, for those who will come on listen later and listen to us, we thank you. Again, New Orleans, and we love you. Peace.
Peace, everybody.